Hey fam, what up, though? What up, though? Let's talk about something deep today. Something that affects every single part of our lives, whether we recognize it or not. You're being watched secretly. And I don't mean cameras on every street corner, though they are there. I don't just mean people gossiping in the background, though they do. I mean, life itself is watching you. Your actions, your thoughts, your choices, they're all under observation. And the craziest part, sometimes the ones watching aren't who you expect. Let's break it down. Consequences. What you do when no one's looking still counts. Every action we take sends out ripples, whether we notice it immediately or not. Financially, that's one purchase you made without thinking. The debt is watching. Emotionally, the words you spoke out of anger, that wound is watching. Spiritually, the decision to stay silent when you should have prayed, that moment is watching. Mentally, the habits you repeat daily, your mind is watching. Physically, would you feed yourself, how you treat your body, your health is watching. You think no one sees when you cut corners, creep, cheat yourself, or give up too soon, but life sees, God sees, your future sees. Free will, that's a gift and a test. God gave us free will, but that doesn't mean we can do whatever we want without consequences. Free will is both a blessing and a test. You're free to chase money, but what happens when it becomes your master? You're free to ignore wisdom, but what happens when foolishness takes the wheel? You're free to pretend nothing matters, but what happens when reality hits? When we don't use our free will wisely, it can feel like we're getting away with things for a while until the consequences catch up. Vanity, living for the watchers. Some people love being watched, they thrive on attention, they live for likes and validation, the applause. But Proverbs 16:18 says, pride goes before destruction and a haughty spirit before a fall. The same people watching to admire you, they'll be the same ones watching you when you fall. So don't live for an audience that claps when you rise but vanishes when you stumble. If everything you do is just to impress, to prove something, or to look successful without actually being solid, you're building your castle on sand. And humility, doing right when no one's watching, that's real strength. Real faith is found when no one sees you. It's when you pray and no one knows. It's when you give without announcing it. It's when you forgive without needing credit. Humility isn't about looking humble, it's about being it when no one's watching. Because even when no one's watching, you're still being watched. Faith and belief, the invisible watcher. Faith is knowing God is watching even when life seems unfair. When you do right and still struggle, He sees. When you sacrifice and feel unseen, He sees. When you fight temptation and think it doesn't matter, He sees. Faith isn't about immediate results, it's about knowing you're seen even in the unseen. financially, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, physically. It all connects. Every area of your life is connected. If your finances are a mess, your stress level goes up. If your emotions are unstable, your relationships suffer. If your spirit is weak, your decisions become reckless. If your mind is cluttered, your future stays blurry. Nothing happens in isolation. Everything affects everything. And just because you don't see the watchers doesn't mean they're not there. The casual moments. When we think it doesn't matter, some of the biggest mistakes we make happen in the casual moments. That one little lie that becomes a habit, that one small compromise that opens a dangerous door, that one careless decision that shifts your whole future. Never underestimate the casual moments. Those are the moments where character is built or broken. The core of this message: live as you're always seen. The truth is you are always seen by your future, by your past, by the people who believe in you, by the ones waiting for you to fail. Most importantly, by God. So the real question isn't who's watching. The real question is, are you living in a way that you be proud of, even if you knew they were? Live with purpose, move with wisdom, and never forget you're being watched. So if this message spoke to you, drop a comment below and let me know what's one thing you'll do differently now that you know you're being watched. Like, share, and subscribe for more on truth, faith, living, and traveling with purpose. And remember, you're seen, your value, and your actions matter. So until next time, move with intention, love, peace, and travel.